right, there we go. We're on there. Yes. All I can do is laugh. Welcome to Chaos Construction Crew. My volume is on, and my gloves are on also. Give me a second.
Excellent. Yeah,
Okay.
we're here. We're at a Crazy Squirrel. We're just hanging out tonight. We've been off. I know we were off last week.
We were on the week before that for Mother's Day, and I made stamps.
Oh, that's awesome. And
I made cards.
I made fever, lots of coughing, and some phlegm. I was out sick. It was great. It's fantastic. I strongly recommend get sick and then take your shot that decreases your immune system. That's perfect. It's perfect for all things.
Yeah.
So tonight we're working on all kinds of various things. Last time I was here, I worked on this Mark Rober pack, and we figured out I had a bad motor. I have some other motors that I'm going to try to change tonight, see if I can fix it on my own, just like a real engineer. And then if I get that done, I have a model that I'm still building. So
You
I'm
are a
excited
real
about that.
engineer.
And then what are you working on this week?
Okay, so
Everybody has gloves on but me.
everyone has gloves on. I'm doing UV resin things. So I have UV resin. I'm like, I feel the weight of my bottle, and it's mostly full. But like, dang, when I get to resonate, like I'm one of those people.
When you
where
resonate.
When I resonate,
When you
so much, and I'm like, wow, it's just one bottle. Why did I only bring one? It's fine.
You've really like fallen in love with UV resin.
I love it. It's like instant gratification.
Yeah, and it's super easy.
It is. You just mix glitter into glue, and like I know, like you're like it's resin, but it's glue. It's also glue,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you just hit it with a light, and it's done in like 5 minutes.
That's pretty cool.
And so I don't know.
I'm going to have to bring some stuff so you can show me how to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you can use my stuff sometime.
And then, Lexi, you have a hacksaw that you clearly have never used before in your life.
That is true. Did you just do this?
It's also like not a great hacksaw. It's out of the store's toolkit, so it was kind of like just thrown into the toolkit so they could say it had like 198 pieces.
So I am going to be whittling, sort of. So I made last week. I made stamps. The week that we were last week we stranded. I made stamps, and I was like, it'd be really cute if I like whittled or tried to whittle like a little handle and then glued the stamp onto the handle, so that it's like a complete stamp, like a whole stamp. So I'm gonna make like a little stamp, and I'm gonna make a little handle, and I'm gonna glue them together and see how it works.
I like that.
Excellent.
But this is too long, so I'm trying to cut it in half with the hacksaw.
For my little like you got a drink squiggle, I'm trying like because I'm gonna have you make me one too. Of
Yeah.
course. Like of course.
Are we each going to just have individual? So she's making a stamp so we can use them on our concession
Yes,
cards.
the end goal is to make a
Did
stamp
you
that we
get
can.
bring a concession card so you can like measure this?
I have one in my pocket.
Awesome. Oh, of course you do.
Of course I do.
I'm like, I was like, my backpack's so far away, but I'll get you one.
You think I don't have concession cards on me? Support the squirrel.
Hey,
Speaking
Scott
of
is out there.
Hello.
Oh, so, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of supporting the squirrel, we're starting a Patreon. Yes!
We already did, and you're
We
the-
did, and
were you
I'm
the-
the first patron.
Was I the second?
You were the second.
Heck yeah.
How many are there? Just us two?
I only did.
I hadn't really released it into the wild yet, but now it's in the wild, so yeah.
I mean, you put it in the Discord. I don't know what
I
to tell you.
did. I did. So yeah,
I looked at the things, and you know, like
Yeah.
I know you did the family subscription, like
Yeah.
the big $100. I mean, anybody can get it
I
for
need to
themselves too.
say it's also a good family subscription.
But
yeah.
the family subscription was like really good, and then Matt and I did the $20 one because I don't think with just the two of us, like we'd be likely to use as much.
Yeah,
of,
the
like,
$100
all
one is a lot of stuff. And you're in the store a lot, so you don't need benefits like, and you get
the
a
free shipping
discount,
and
so you
stuff
don't
like
need
that.
some of the stuff. So
Yeah, but I wanted to have especially for him, like
Good. You're good.
you're doing it.
You'll get in a rhythm, and it'll be good.
Um,
Just try it on like a corner. You can usually get a little bit of.
and you're gonna get more action forward, I think, than back,
It
right?
depends on the blade.
Oh, okay. Well, one word direction will cut, and the other direction is not actually cutting. So you just want to like. move
Had
it
I
back.
known you wanted to do this, I would have just brought in like a jigsaw or a miter saw.
That would have been great.
I
But
didn't know
I
I
think
would
you're
need
good.
it.
Don't be embarrassed. Everybody has to saw for the first time.
That's true. Ferocious and feral patrons.
Yes. So the Patreon, you can go to patreon.com. You can look up Crazy Squirrel Game Store. There's 4 different levels. It is our first, and I am willing to make changes. Like we just got some feedback from some regular customers, and I created a new Patreon level today.
Awesome.
So it's just kind of there to see what it'll do, right?
Well,
The
right, we
store
used
has
to
to
have
look
the-
for various income streams, and this is a way.
Well, we used to have memberships. Cause
Yeah,
like
we used
Matt
to have
and I-
memberships, and this is basically the membership model.
Because like Matt and I have been coming to the store for what,
a while.
11, 12 years, something
Yeah.
like that. 11 years probably, because it was like pretty early when you moved into Bullard,
Yeah.
when we found you guys.
Yeah.
And we were like members like immediately. We were like, yeah, we want a membership. And
Yeah.
like back then it was just like if you put $200 on store credit,
It was $250. But
$250.
$250 got you like all kinds of stuff for the year.
it was like the whole, yeah, it just was like your year's membership. And so, but it get you like water club and like free table
Yeah.
time and some other stuff like that. The
this
membership
is
is a lot
essentially
less, right? We're
Yeah.
down to like $100 a year, and like
It's
we have
$100 a month.
a month. Sorry,
But it's you get a
so much more
significant
stuff,
amount of benefits,
right?
including
Like-
financial benefits. So.
like the
That's why I was like, ooh, a free game every week.
well, there's all the t-shirts. Yeah, free game. So like you're just that's already just like a huge like a free event every week is a big amount of money
Yeah.
of the chunk, right? And then like the like we did the $20
Early
one because
access
I
is
wanted
good.
Matt to have early access
Yeah.
for his card games. And not that like I suppose as like an employee you might have like given me that anyway.
Yeah.
But also, I wanted the others, like, I don't
stuff.
know.
You
like,
want the stickers.
Also, like, this has been my game
Yeah.
store for 11
Yeah.
or 12 years. Like, I want to be part of the team.
Yeah. Hey, Tythe is out there. So one of my friends had made a post. She's a retailer up in Canada, and she made a post about like wanting to go out and do things. Like the town she's in is very touristy, and there's like swimming and lakes and hiking and all of this. And she's like, I want to do that stuff, but I own a store and I'm very tired. So
Oh,
like, I want
right.
to take unadventures. So she's now created the Unadventurers Guild, and it's all about, hey, I want to do things, but maybe I just want to do relaxing things, and like I don't necessarily want to be, super adventure person all the time, but I want to co-work with people. Or I wanna do
Yeah.
that. So we have a friend, Tythe, visiting from the Unadventurers Guild.
That's fantastic.
Uh,
Hi, an Adventurers Guild friend.
And I made a little post about the Chaos Crew and how it's kind of my weekly unadventure when I'm like, this is
Yeah.
where I just get to try new things and be kind of silly, and we talk about all kinds of stuff. So welcome to you, Scott. It's like the first pages of Lord of the Rings. Yes.
Welcome to Crazy Scroll
All right.
Game Store.
I'm pretty sure
Hey, you're doing really good.
the Mark Rober pack just used the exact same motors that I've had. So I
gonna
just
get the
changed
cutting
over their adapter.
I'm gonna get that board that stops cutting things.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, I would super appreciate it if we did not saw through the wooden tables.
Yeah, just
That-
for you, Jax.
Big bonus for me.
Just for you.
Just for you.
I appreciate you making that sacrifice.
Yeah. It's really a big commitment for me.
Okay, so what I'm going to have to do, not have to, but what I'm going to do instead, because I didn't bring my punch, is I'm going to make
I got some punch right here.
some pins.
Boom.
Just right in the knob.
I haven't tried this mold yet, and I'm excited to, and hopefully
The exciting news that I
have all
had.
the stuff. So I'm going to need you to choose one though before you say
Yes,
more news.
but
Would you like for your fake D&D stat? Would you like your D&D stat to be patience,
charisma.
sarcasm,
Oh, what is
talent?
that? Do you need close-up camera? Is that just various things?
Well, yeah, they won't be able to see it yet because it's like very invisible.
I need.
But there's cuteness, patience, sarcasm, and talent.
I absolutely need sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
Talent. Cuteness.
Which one do you?
Cuteness. It's not
Cute.
talent. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, is it patience?
No.
It's a minus.
It's a minus one to patience?
It's a -3.
Oh,
a
no, I
minus
think
3
cuteness.
to
I think I'm cute.
patience?
I'm cute. I'm cute.
You
Put
are
that down.
cute.
Put that
Okay,
down.
you are cute.
Put
it's,
that
it's a
down.
+5. Okay. So you're cute and you're sarcastic. Yeah, that's fair. So
I'm Gen
yellow-
X.
Yellow. And do we need these to just because we're doing testings? But do we need
Scott
these?
says Lexi's talent is baking expertise.
That is
That is
facts.
true.
But also,
True.
you share that talent, Scott. Like y'all are like co-talented.
Dude, he made these orange date rolls, like cinnamon rolls, but with oranges and dates.
Shut up.
They didn't even need sugar icing on the top. Like, they were so good.
It sounds amazing.
I'm going to visit my grandparents tomorrow, and they love my cinnamon rolls, so I'm ready to make so many cinnamon rolls.
Excellent.
that's
I'm gonna
awesome.
like make them a stash that they can keep in their freezer and then you cook them.
I was talking about your pretzel knots the other day because
Oh,
those
yeah.
were amazing.
So for these are like little
think
character sheet
this
things. Do they
guy-
need to be white?
I think they can be whatever you
Or
want them to
can
be.
would you like a yellow one?
I would love a yellow one.
Okay. And do you want yours to be like look like a character sheet
Surprise
or
me.
purple?
Purple's good.
Superize her.
Actually, blue would be great.
Blue?
Yeah,
Is your favorite color blue?
It's gonna be a lighter blue so that the
that's cool.
You can see
like
the
my hair
text.
is blue,
Uh-huh.
lighter blue this month.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
Scott says, "Oh, excellent! Can't be sad about delicious cinnamon roll." So my exciting news is Scott got a call from work today.
Mhm.
Okay.
Got
Um,
fired.
his company has been picking up more and more work in Hawaii because they
Shut
deal with
up.
like building and city codes and stuff like
Oh,
that.
thank you.
Because of the fires, Hawaii's been needing more and more help.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So his company's been picking up more work in Hawaii. Scott's often been like the plan checker or the person interacting with the city officials.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the higher levels called to say like, man, they'd really like to meet you. So I'm really hoping we get to go to Hawaii. next year.
Oh, that would be so cool.
So I might be gone for a little bit.
That's totally fair.
I mean, understandable.
yeah,
Just saying.
super reasonable.
May not be there. Okay, I see where you go now. All right. So this thing is like mostly built except for the bad motor.
Cool. Will you switch on the close cam for me?
The close cam.
I'll do some interesting things.
Also, OSB apparently changed their interface, so everything is a little more interesting.
Awesome.
That was in fact my fault. I pressed a button and it went like that, and I don't know how to fix it.
Cool. We'll figure it out.
I could have let you
it
believe
works.
that it was OBS's fault. It was in fact my fault.
I just figured it had to be OBS's fault. Okay. All right. So I have this off.
We could never miss a chance to blame me for something. I'm just kidding.
Did anybody get to go to Pirate Fest? I was still not healthy.
I did not.
No, I did not go to Pirate Fest. I had.
Do
I
we
did prevent
remember-
Jesus from going to Pyro Fest because I got sun sickness.
He did. Jesus was like, "What is sun sickness? Is that? I've never heard of that." And I was like, "That's when white people are outside." in the
That's when
sun
white people
too
are outside
much."
too much. He's like, "Is she faking it?" You're like, "No, that's just white person things."
No, we both know that you're pretty much
Yeah.
not capable of lying.
That is
because you
true.
could never keep track of all the stuff.
Oh my God, no! I would lie. Also, I would just have a panic attack immediately after like seeing you. I would be like, "Okay, Jax, here's what." I'd be like, "I'm sorry, I lied about this. I didn't mean
Yeah.
to."
So why? We both know that. But
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I've been sun sick before. I told him at
Yeah.
my first job, I went out to like a flight day at the local military base, so you could see all the planes and go in. And we were out there all day in the sun, not drinking nearly enough because
Yeah.
water was like $18 a bottle. And then I had to go work at Carl's Jr. that night on backline. I got so sick. And my boss was so good. He was like, "Okay, you have to finish mopping up backline and then you can go home." And I'm like, "That's my entire shift."
Yeah, I was like, because I think it's gotten worse. Also, as I've gotten paler, but like, because I used to be able to do camp counselor things. I could be in the sun for a reasonable amount of time,
Yeah.
and then I was in the sun too much for one day and got like violently ill. And like it only lasted for like a day. I wasn't like, or it lasted for like a day and a
Yeah,
half.
but
Monday was
still.
pretty rough, but I was glad I was here for stream because I was like, I don't want to miss another stream.
I would have been sad.
I know, I would've
Sun
been-
sickness is no joke.
Also, hey guys, when you're somewhere where you're gonna be outside for a while and you forget sunscreen, don't be like, oh, it's fine. It'll probably be fine. I
No,
don't need
go buy
sunscreen."
some sunscreen.
Go buy some sunscreen.
It's never fine.
It's never fine. Or ask somebody if they have sunscreen. It didn't even occur to me. I was like, oh, I'll be fine.
This one time I had
Oh.
sunscreen and then I just was like didn't go back to the car.
Oh my God, yeah.
We were at Pismo.
Oh.
My shins for like 2 weeks, it literally felt like my bones were made of hot coals.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, Scott says once you get heat stroke once, you're more prone to relapsing.
I
you
didn't
had
know
heat
that.
stroke.
I did have heat stroke last summer. I passed out and everything.
Yeah, then he says Jax has a fun lack of sunscreen Adriatic story. Yeah, it's not actually fun.
Yeah, it probably was for him. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he also got sunburned. So we were in France, and we had the weekend off because I was working a job. And we went swimming in the Adriatic, which I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like,
Yeah.
there are songs about this. This is awesome. It was bright and sunny. We had a great day, but we realized, like, we didn't have, when we got done, we didn't have a lot of lotion in the car. And we didn't put on sunscreen because we didn't know anything about European pharmacies.
Oh, right.
So we had just enough lotion for Scott. And I usually don't burn that bad. I got literally, like, the worst sunburn of my life.
That's miserable.
I was sick that night. We went out to dinner, and I was like, I'm going to pass out, and then I'm going to throw up, and it's probably going to be in that order, so please save me.
I pretty much have had the same experience.
Right? And then I was so burnt that what I ended up having to do every day, we were living in dorms at a college.
Yay.
I would have to take a shower at night so I could loosen the shirt up off my back.
Oh,
So I could take it off. It's great. I highly recommend it. What am I doing wrong? Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Okay, now this is going to work. We were in Italy, Scott says. Good, because I couldn't remember where we were.
Yeah, you were a little out of it.
Well, we did Italy one year, and then the next year we got to go to France. And we were there for a month each time, so I do remember liking Italy a lot more.
Yeah.
Italians just want to party. French people
Yeah.
want to make sure you respect them.
Oh,
Gross.
And Italians are like, if you respect me, we will party.
I was gonna say something controversial, and then I didn't. Not like canceled controversial, just like
I was like, now I'm trying to figure out what she wanted to say.
I was gonna say I hate French people.
Many of them are nice, but we unfortunately had a run-in with some very kind of like snobby French people, and it kind of put a damper on that night.
I think
It was a little too stereotypical.
Yeah, I wonder if like people who visit like any country, right, like have that moment like when you visit the US, you're like, it was wonderful. People were like honestly really chill. And then we accidentally ran into some stereotypical Americans and it was
Not as chill.
not as chill.
Speaking of stereotypical Americans, when I was at the thing where I was outside all day, it was like a little fundraiser carnival thing. I saw the actual source of the American eagle, which is a red-tailed hawk. Like there was one flying above
Oh,
us,
yeah?
which was super cool. But I was so confused. So fun fact: bald eagles sound like babies. Their actual noise that they make is like meh, 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 meh. Like they don't sound like caca. I don't like
Yeah.
they don't make the actual American bald eagle noise.
screech sound.
The eagle screech sound is actually a red-tailed hawk.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
That's the classic like.
That's the movie.
It's like that's the classic. That's actually a red-tailed hawk, and so I heard the bald eagle, like the classic bald eagle screech, while I was out there. I was like, "Who's playing that GIF on their phone? That's like, or that meme that's like the American noise." And our coordinator looked up, and we were like, "Oh my god, that's just straight up like a red-tailed hawk," which aren't like, I don't know if they're rare,
They're
but
not too rare.
they're not. It's not like, but usually you don't like, see one super
Yeah.
because it was flying real close to us, so we got a good look at it.
Right.
It was super cool. I like
Okay.
birds.
I think I get to start putting this
That's the type of thing
back
where I'm like,
together. Okay. Everything is a mess.
Everything is a mess.
Well, because I took it kind of apart, but not all the way apart,
lighter?
so I just have to remember. What did you do?
I need a lighter.
We haven't brought a lighter in yet.
Okay.
I might have some matches. Might. Does your UV light not work yet?
It does. It's just to pop the bubbles.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if
I can let
anybody
it
in this
sit.
store smokes.
I know. There might be, you know who's more likely to have a lighter than a person who smokes is a person who likes candles.
Yeah, but they wouldn't bring their lighters with
You don't
them.
know. Like if
You
Michelle,
can go ask.
if Michelle is here and
She'll have a
what
lighter
if
on her?
she has candles well, she's a real estate agent. I bet she has one of
Oh,
those.
yeah.
I
'cause
love
she
Michelle.
travels.
Michelle, if
You
you're
know,
watching this,
you know,
you're
real
so nice
estate
to us.
agents, they have those. Dude, Michelle is. I love Michelle. You're right. Michelle is a good customer. You know, we should just talk about all of our favorite customers. I can see Ben right now, and I
Hey
really
friends,
like
y'all are
Ben.
quiet, says J-Cat. Speaking of our favorite customers.
J-Cat.
How are we quiet? Well, we were quiet there for a
That's
little
true.
while.
I'm turning my volume up a little bit. You should turn yours not up at all. 'cause I'm
Okay.
turning
Mine is
up.
Sounds
mine
good.
is all the way. Yeah.
Hey
Scott
J-Cat.
also says we had that delicious snail barbecue in France, and we really had a delicious snail barbecue.
That sounds awesome.
Right? They made the students go out on a scavenger hunt that day throughout the city we were in, Perpignan.
Yeah.
And what they were scavenging for was like all the things you needed for a really good, like escargot.
A
barbecue.
snarbecue.
That's
A
cool.
snarbecue.
Snarbecue.
And it was our first time to eat escargot, and it was delicious.
Will you hand me that thing that's plugged in right now?
J-Cat!
This.
Hey,
The
we're all
thing- no,
doing
the
different
part that's
things
plugged in.
tonight.
Like the whole thing.
Lexi
You can
has a
unplug it.
hacksaw.
It's from the wall. It's fine. Oh, can I have a cord?
Yeah. So
Scott says to
Sorry, I see all
debubble,
of
you
it.
could also gently lift and drop a few times. You know what we do have is a heat gun.
Ooh, I'm gonna go grab the heat gun. That's a good idea because it'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I just need to warm up the resin so it like.
Yeah. So
Without
it releases
curing
the
it?
bubbles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, friends. I'm gonna turn off.
All right, just us now. We're just trying to get this smooth-ish. But, yeah, not much other than getting heat sickness has happened. Pretty boring.
Not as exciting as it sounds.
Not as exciting as it sounds. Just kind of you sleep all day, and then you wake up and you have a headache, and then you throw up, and then you go back to sleep.
Right?
It's pretty simple. But,
Scott says maybe de-close-up. Okay, we can de-close-up.
oh, yeah, because Charlie was on the close-up. and
Or
she's
if
not
you
here.
like,
Well, I'll do on the close-up.
you're gonna close up?
Sure.
All right.
I got a new tattoo.
What is it? Is it another shrimp?
No, it's a little skull with a clown hat on it.
Of course it is.
'Cause
Was
I
this
thought
another like spin the vending machine?
Yeah,
dial?
but okay, so basically, I spun the machine, and it was I spun the machine, and it was like a skull key, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But then I was like, can you put a funny hat on him? And my
Excellent.
tattoo artist was like, yeah, of course I can put a funny hat on him. So now I have a little skull key with a funny hat on it.
Excellent. Excellent. We'll have to see a picture of it later if it's in a.
Oh,
public
actually, I'll show it
space.
right now. It's like, yeah, it's on my leg. It's not like,
Not in a place where we can just like whip it out.
yeah. It's hard to like see on here. I'll
Right?
show the close-up camera picture of my new tattoo.
Awesome.
I don't remember how this connected.
I don't know if that's.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
is it?
I'm trying to show it.
Oh yeah.
It's like a skeleton key with like a funny
skeleton,
head.
It's a skeleton key, yeah.
I
Yeah.
see that. Yeah, cool.
With a funny hat.
Excellent. Everybody needs a skeleton key with a funny hat.
That's what I'm always saying. But yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to get two like smoothish blocks of wood to make. I think I'm gonna make the stamp next, so I know what size, because I don't know what size to make the candle unless I have the stamp.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get smooth-ish. I think that's a pretty good block right there. That's a good basis for
You think so?
a stamp handle.
Be careful,
my-
that thing does get warm.
In my humble opinion.
All right.
I love this thing. I like wrapping games, so I use it a lot.
Excellent, because we have a lot of games in the back.
Yeah, I've been
Like one of the things
rotating
on the
them
Patreon
out.
levels is getting early access to some of that stuff too.
Oh,
Mm,
nice.
hot
So they
resin.
switch that.
Yeah, this one, so just so people are aware, this one does not, it doesn't have like the same like fume risk of like a 2-part resin.
And that's why we're not wearing masks.
Yeah, so you don't want it to absorb into your
Skin.
skin, but it doesn't gas dangerous gas.
All right, now we're gonna make some stamps.
All right. Is this the right way?
I got
How
this
come
stamp.
I never put this on the right way the first time? I always mess this up.
I got this stamp making kit
That's cool. Oh, from
from Amazon.
gross.
Yeah, but like, where else are you gonna get a stamp making
It
kit?
is harder to find
It
stuff
is
like
really
that
hard to
locally,
find that.
right?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, Michael's, and they were like, no, and I was like, okay.
they didn't have it. That
No.
sucks.
But I did, so I got some little carving things. Oh, this has actually got a lot of cool stuff in it. Not that I didn't investigate beforehand, but I didn't investigate beforehand. Scott says, what's getting installed backwards in your Canon model, Jax?
The firing arm, I have once again put on backwards.
I see.
It needs to go with the legs. Oh, maybe I did do it right. I just have no faith in myself.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Nope, not that way. This way. Oh, all the little screws are coming out. Everything's broken!
Oh no. So you got I got the little thing that'll carve the whatever it's called, the stamp, and then I have just attach it to the handle. Let me see. I need to get some paper. So Charlie, do some finger puppets with the close-up camera real quick.
Do some finger puppets with the close-up camera. Okay. Okay. Putting back on this motor.
I also need a pencil. I guess I'll go grab both.
So
of
this
those
is one of
things.
the other things that I do is
Turn my mic off.
collect the toy side of Kinder eggs.
Yeah.
Um,
The toy side of the container of Kinder Eggs.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
non-chocolate side.
the non-chocolate side. I mean, I don't want to do that kind of. I mean, if somebody like sometimes I will clean out the chocolate side. You know, if I'm like
Yeah.
feeling it. But yeah, I just collect because it's just a little plastic cup. They're so handy. And like I like to recycle,
legs
reduce,
go toward
reuse
the
because
hot
I was
cup.
born in the 80s.
Right? And what's up with the pink-haired girl who called out Gen X? Did I guess on Twitter or someplace, somebody they're calling now pink-haired girl, like
Lexi, what
made
do
a video saying, I think if we all think about it and generalize, Gen X is the absolute worst generation.
Oh my God!
And like everybody else, all the other generations are coming out and saying like, no, you don't wake the bear. Like there was no reason to wake the bear.
Why would
Gen
you
X
do
kids
that?
were raised on like water hoses and grit, and if you anger them, they will come for you.
Right? Like, why would you?
And
I think you said pink-haired girl, and I was like, oh, what? Because I dyed my hair.
No, she has like a bad pink hair dye job,
Oh.
and so people are calling her pink-haired girl. And apparently, like the video has gone missing from the original one, and like millennials are sticking up for Gen X.
As we
Zennials
do.
are out there saying like, this is not a thing you want to do.
Yeah,
Like,
millennials do be loving Gen X.
Like you do not want to anger them.
I feel like two generations who have like latched onto each other harder than any two generations in the past ever, millennials and Gen Z, right? Like, God, do I love me a little Gen Z baby.
I'm just gonna make a heart stamp first, and then
They're so fun.
They are.
They totally understand all of my neuroses.
who? Oh, millennials.
No, I am a millennial.
Oh,
This feels very.
You're talking about Gen Z?
unstable.
Yeah.
oh, I'm a Gen
You know
Z.
what I mean? Like how millennials and Gen Z just seem to be like
that's why it's
one
unstable.
giant set of like besties, you know?
Yeah.
Like big sis, little sis, like all around. Like it seems like we're just there for each other in a way that like, yeah, I don't think boomers were there for
Oh no.
Gen X, and I don't think Gen X was there for millennials. They just make fun of them, right? And
Yeah.
uh,
Gen X was one of the smallest generations ever, and we basically
you're just invisible.
raised ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Feral.
Yeah, like had no
Absolutely
help.
feral.
Are you just making a tiny heart?
Yeah, I want to make a heart stamp
Adorable.
because I thought it'd be cute.
I thought you were making a wave.
I am, but I wanted to test it out with a heart
All
stamp
right, that's cool. I mean, a heart stamp also works.
because I don't want to like make a fan, like go through all this effort and then it turns out bad. Then so I was like, okay, I'll try it out with a heart stamp.
Scott, hopefully this will shoot whoever I pointed at if
I'm
I can
pointing this
put it
back at
together
you.
correctly with all parts that are
Probably
working.
me.
Lexi, it's back on you.
Back on me. All eyes on me. Okay.
All right.
Uh,
Okay. This is the
Witness
right
me!
way.
And then you're like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I don't. What the heck are
Oh,
you
okay.
talking about?
So what was the
The what?
checks? Witness, and you. Oh, Dan, when you spray your teeth with the chrome. And the movie. Oh, my God.
Furiosa. It was the
Yeah,
Mad
yeah.
Max.
Mad Max.
I haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah.
the new one that just came out though.
I haven't seen the newest one, no. Okay, now
But karma equals it shoots you instead, right? No, karma is it shoots who I want it to shoot. That's
So I'm
the
gonna
joy of
try
being the store owner.
this time blowing the bubbles out before I pour, just to see. This might be a bad idea.
Okay, so this now goes out this way.
Oh yeah, it's a terrible
This has
idea.
a much longer cable on it.
Just
Alright.
melting a Kinder egg really quick.
Oh yeah, that's gonna melt that.
I just want, yeah, I was
Sure.
melting. I was seeing if I could pop the bubbles before I pour it, and guess what? You can, but also you melt your.
Yeah,
Your
and once
egg a
you
little
pour
bit.
it, you're gonna introduce bubbles because
Well, I'm gonna.
your oxygen's getting in. So.
You kind of like slide it in. It's less so much that. But I wanted to see what the difference is. But yeah, I understand. Like now that, I mean, it's way less bubbly.
Excellent.
That's for real. Okay, what did we decide you were? You're cute.
I'm cute.
Okay.
Oh my god, thank you.
This is down. That is down.
Ah.
This is down.
This is done. We just start singing. This is a musical stream now. Thank you guys so much for coming.
J-Cat, what's up with you, man? I haven't seen anybody in so long. I'm just like, what's going on with everybody?
Yeah, what is everybody up to? This is a threat. You have no choice but to answer.
What?
What? I don't know. What are you talking about?
Okay, so tell me, Jax, because I think you were here yesterday and today.
It was, yes.
New games? Have we gotten new games in the store?
Oh, you need me to be awake to answer that question.
Okay.
We just got in War Machine, which is a new Manhattan Project game, which I have not seen, but I'm interested because I love Manhattan Project.
Tell me about Manhattan Project.
Nobody will play with me, but I'm saying if they didn't want us to use the bomber planes in the game, then they wouldn't have put the bomber planes in the game.
Okay, well, I want to play Manhattan Project with you because that sounds like okay. So my friend,
It's basically a game about like the development of the H-bomb.
okay,
So you have buildings. Everybody has their own buildings, and it is one of those. It's not. It's an engine building game.
okay, I like engines.
So you're building out your own engine with stuff to get like uranium and plutonium and stuff to fulfill the recipes for various kinds of bombs.
Okay,
You have to score so many points in bombs to win.
okay,
But there are also things like espionage, so you can send your workers over to other people's plants and things
yeah,
to like steal technology.
okay.
Um,
I like stealing.
and you can like only
Oh, I
one
missed this
person
one.
can be in a building at a time, and so but you can
Oh,
also
so there's a
have-
little bit of like that area
Yeah.
control,
yeah.
you know, of like letting people like blocking resources basically.
Scott says Manhattan Project is about building the atomic bombs, or leveling other people's buildings so they can't build them if you're Jax. Now, I will preface that with I only start to level your buildings when you start committing espionage in all my buildings.
Well, there's clearly some
'Cause
problems that need to be worked out
if
here.
I can't
I know.
use my buildings, then nobody can use their buildings. That's the rule.
Dude, this has
But there are multiple ways to win, which is nice.
temperature control on it.
Yeah, it's got like two or three different official
It has
levels.
like a whole. It has like a lot.
Yeah, when I buy equipment, I try to buy a good medium level equipment.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
This is nice. This is the only heat gun I've ever really messed with, and it.
Excellent.
And
used to
I enjoy it.
remember-
I
I'm
would
trying to
not
make,
want
like, a
one
paw
that's less
print.
good.
Okay, so this is green. So this should probably be green.
You're making a paw print.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
It's like a bear, I guess, because it's very wide.
Oh, wait, no, this is yellow.
Lexi, video game controller. No, it's a paw print. No, I'm just kidding. It is a paw print. I tried to make a paw print. Is what I'm getting at. I think I'm gonna make it thinner. It's too thick. Oh, I can't really erase
It's
on
a bear
this.
paw print.
You know what? It's a bear paw print. I'm not changing it.
I mean, you can.
I'm not ashamed. No.
Oh wait, so what color is this? This is green. So this should be green.
Sure. Pre-toes, it looked more controllery. That is a fair point.
What?
Just
Scott.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I am missing a cable.
I'm gonna switch these out. I'm trying to find the right end
Two.
that will pre-toes. Sorry, I don't know why.
Because it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Speaking of video games, I actually started playing a new video game recently.
Oh, what are you playing?
Final Fantasy 14.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Yeah, sure.
No, it really wasn't.
It really wasn't. It was Kamiko and Jacob. They were like, we just started playing Final Fantasy 14. Have you heard of it? And I was like, oh, have I heard of it?
You're like, okay,
I
so
can't
like,
not
here's the
hear about
thing.
it.
My
Yeah.
stupid friend,
Oh,
yeah,
my
won't
friend
shut up
Leia,
about it.
Charlie plays it constantly. And so the reason I actually got into it was, okay, I didn't tell you this, Charlie, but a big reason why I finally downloaded it is because I learned that you can, like, get money from your friends, like, in the game. And I was
What
like,
does that mean?
no, like you can get the in-game currency from, like, your friends if they have money.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, this will be easy to get into because I can just
Right?
just
I
make-
can just ask people, give me money.
I can just make Charlie
Because
give
you
me
know
money.
so many people that play that
Yeah.
will just give you money, and I've been playing for so long that I'm very well established. And what happened?
You gave me $1 million.
I did. You just showed up and you were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm giving you money." It's
$1
the
million
maximum.
seems like a lot
It's the maximum that you can trade at a single trade.
at a single trade. So I can give you millions more later.
I'm gonna be conservative with my money. You
Yeah.
know, I'm gonna
No,
be.
she's
you're-
just starting
no, you're
out, so
not.
like she doesn't want to spend it
No,
on
you're not. Dang.
stuff that like doesn't make sense. I will tell you that the world that you're on, the market is a little bit.
Okay.
Is not the best
Okay.
market.
Hey, fairy tale ghosts. Just
Hey.
love that you are making stamps.
Oh yes.
That's Amy.
Hello. Yes, I'm making. So I'm gonna make a stamp, and then I'm gonna carve a little handle out of this piece of basswood. Speaking of creatures, I know I just said the word bass, which has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, sort of. But so we have a little claw machine in the store,
Yeah.
We
and
do.
Jack's restocked with these like really cute like.
Jax knows her customer base.
And it's
was
me.
Like, hey,
An nailed
I'm going to
spit.
get these lizards because I know somebody who will spend money on lizards.
So we got like these like really cute like little geckos. Sorry,
Are you
I
okay?
swallowed my spit.
And they're so cute.
And they're so cute. But fun fact about these geckos, so there's.
Do you need a cough drop?
God, hold on, give me a second.
You're going to drink some water.
I'm trying to info dump about these geckos, and the god is like, stop it.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. All right. First run with the new wiring.
So we got 3 types of geckos. This is a so we got
Now it doesn't work at all.
we got giant New Caledonian geckos, aka Leachianus geckos, which is what this is. We got crested geckos, which is the more common like pet type of gecko, and we got tokay geckos. Now, fun fact about tokay geckos. This is not a tokay gecko, but tokay geckos, their scientific name is gecko gecko, which is funny. You can tell that this is a Leachianus gecko and not a crested gecko because one thing, there's no eyelashes, and another thing, they have a funky little tail. And anyways, that's a fun fact about lizards. So this is a Leachianus gecko. If you buy them in real life, they're like $1,000. So I don't own one,
Okay.
But it is cool now that you have a fake one.
but now I have a.
These are terrible, but if you want one, you can have
No. I can't do things that taste bad.
It's just that it's got Benzedrine in it, so it actually numbs your mouth a little bit.
Oh, scary.
Okay.
It'll remind me.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, Lexi, yours is actually is gold because there's not like yellow, so I just want you to know.
I love gold.
Okay, good. Gold. I didn't bring like dyes and stuff to do other colors.
Okay. Is my controller out of battery now? What has happened?
Uh-oh.
I ate it.
Okay, is everything still connected? Will this project ever be working? We don't know. This is so relaxing.
One of the many questions
I'm into it.
that we have in life. Are you aiming for a solid paw or a paw outline? So I'm gonna carve out everything that
What?
isn't the paw, but right now I'm outlining the paw so it's easier to carve everything out that isn't the paw. If that makes sense. So solid paw is what I'm going for. Solid paw.
That's a good question. Thanks, Scott.
That is a good question.
Your character's name in Final Fantasy
Is Mikey Gecko?
is Mikey Geckos.
Mikey geckos.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I'm
Excellent.
a huge fan of geckos and just the word gecko because, especially related to Final Fantasy, you gave me an opportunity to troll a friend if they come back to the game, and they are planning to come back to the game for expansion.
Mm-hmm.
His name is WizKev.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? His name is Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
and he literally did just be like, WizKev. Kev's a wizard, WizKev. You know how sometimes you choose a character name and you don't realize that that's going to be your character and you're going to make friends
Yeah.
and you're going to play that game for like 6 years?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Excellent.
Love it. But he also said one day, and he only types. He does have a voice, but he only types because he lived with his family, and it was just like awkward to like be in the living room on your laptop. You know, he could hear people, but talking out loud was weird, right?
Yeah.
So he'd be muted most
You
of the
will
time.
see a shaded paw.
So I know for a fact that he said this. But he said, yeah, I heard it straight from the gecko.
Oh.
Excellent.
And we said, which gecko told you that? And then, like, we just died for all of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, straight from the gecko. I heard it from the gecko. The gecko told me. And now we have an actual gecko, like Mikey Geckos. So you actually, just so you know, your character is now the gecko that
tells everything.
that WizKev heard things from.
That's great. I'm just gonna be.
No one knows this but me and whoever else is watching the stream. So
love-
if anybody is watching the stream that knows what I'm talking about.
So my MMO
into
name
it.
on everything is Mikey Geckos.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so like this, Mikey Geckos has absolutely been around and could be the person. That
No, yeah, Mikey Geckos
he
is
heard
my
this
MMO
from.
name, has been my MMO name for years. Because my middle name is Michelle, but I always have shortened it to Mikey whenever I go by my middle name because it's more me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah.
Michelle is
So if
weird.
anyone is like, oh, you can call me Lexi, you can call me Mikey, I don't really care. But so anyways, so in high school, I went by Mikey a lot of the time.
Mhm.
And so Mikey, and then geckos because I like lizards.
I love it. No, it works.
So it's been
That's
Mikey
awesome.
Geckos for years.
Okay, I'm gonna see if maybe just the battery's dead in this.
Oh yeah.
It's been sitting for a couple weeks because everything is wired up correctly. I'm pretty sure it's all
Still
there
hot.
correctly.
Okay, so one trick that I've learned with the UV resin
Yeah.
is that if the item itself feels like firm on the outside but is still like really warm to the touch,
Yeah.
it's probably not cured all the way.
That is good to know.
Because the UV light itself is not hot, right? Doesn't
Yeah.
really get warm. The resin itself is not really, doesn't get warm, right? Like we heated it up with the heat lamp, but the reaction of it curing produces heat.
Produces heat. It's exothermic.
Yeah, exothermic, that's right. And so if it's still producing some heat, even after you've like stopped doing stuff to it, besides having the light on it, then it's probably not done yet. And that's been real handy for me to know
That
that
is good to
something's
know,
fully
yeah.
cured.
I will say, if you're gonna start an MMO, have a friend who has a mount that can drive you around.
Oh,
because-
absolutely.
Yeah.
One that's been out for a while too, like and if you don't like seriously, if there's an FC like or whatever, a guild, a free company, whatever they want to call them in the game that you're playing, and there's folks recruiting and like just giving stuff away, they get almost always some sort of benefit if they're out recruiting and doing that. Even if you leave when you find friends, do not feel obligated to stay. They're earning some sort of points
Oh,
just by
okay.
you playing the game and hanging out.
Yeah.
Especially in Final Fantasy, I don't know how other games work, but like there's no anybody who's like weird and hardcore about you, like if you're not necessarily friends with them, like staying in their little guild, just get out. That's freaking creepy.
Yeah, it's hard for me to be in guilds because so often they're like, hey, you have to play
No.
so many hours every week. And I'm like, I have a job.
There's so many
And I have a spouse.
there's so many ways for
And I
you
have
to
a
just
band.
be a ghost member of somebody's, company to get, some side benefits that like they're going to put up anyway, and then they get a benefit just for you playing the game. They earn some background points that are that help them earn money.
Yeah.
So like you, especially in Final Fantasy, you are not obligated to stay. But like in my opinion, anybody who tries to make you feel like you should that isn't your friend is using you.
I hope it's not this battery that's burnt out because these little. Oh, although I do have extra 2025s, I think. Okay, well, I'm going to
So, yeah.
consider this like I'm just going to let that other battery charge for a little bit and see if that's what the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be bummed if I can't get the very first one to work.
Paw is coming together nicely, says Scott. Thank you. I'm working on it. I'm just going to carve out a little bit more and then
Wait,
test
are
it.
you doing a paw or are you doing a heart?
I'm doing a paw because the heart turned out really bad.
Okay. Whatever it takes. Fairy Tale Ghost says they're still changing account names from teenage years. Yeah, I went by a Dharma Bum forever as my gamer tag and like email.
Sometimes you also accidentally make problematic names when you're like 11 and you don't realize what it means, and then you look back on it and you're like, wow, why did I name that myself that?
Sometimes you name yourself Toasted Booby because you're drunk.
Toasted Wooby?
And
Toasted
then
Wooby's pretty good.
Years and years later, you get a PS4 and then you name yourself Toasted Booby without one of the E's because you're drunk again. And since you don't drink a lot, this is really unusual.
Yeah, you're like, wait a second.
I'm into it.
How did this happen?
So if you're looking for me on PlayStation, I'm TOSTD Wooby.
OSTD. All right, time
But
to
if you
try
want me
the
on
stamp.
Xbox, I have the extra E.
I use, so on Steam, I have this name, Dorale, that is like, no, I've used it for a long time. It was like a character name, I think, in some book that I read when I was in high school. And I just really liked the name. And I can't remember the book. If I try to search the name, it maybe wasn't spelled the way that I thought it was in the book.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things. Anyway, I can't find it. I don't know what it was. But I use that forever. So that's my Steam name. And it was my name when I played WoW for so long. But when I started playing New Game in Final Fantasy, you can have a first and last name. And I hadn't had that in WoW. You can't do that, right? What's happening?
Yeah,
Why
I
is
was
my
darn
battery?
bummed because Jack Kerouac is one of my favorites. So,
Yeah. And
especially in college, all I wanted to do was get in the back of a truck and write a book on a single long sheet of paper.
yeah.
That's how we wrote a Dharma Bum.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
just ruined the paw completely.
I
I was trying to do an outline and I
What?
just sort of.
It looks
Oh.
good. The stamp.
Oh, no,
yeah,
but she
then
did
I
more.
totally ruined it with.
Because she was trying to make an adjustment.
Trying to make an adjustment and then I
You
just
just
sort of.
glue something back.
Yeah. Honestly, not a bad idea.
Is that how that works? You just glue.
Honestly, yeah, we're gonna try that.
I don't.
And also, if you just wanted handles without cutting wood, we have a bag full of like wine corks.
But I wanted to. Cut
No,
wood.
that's cool. I'm saying if in the future, not saying right now.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so while we wait to see if that battery loads, I'm gonna work on this dreadnought again.
All right, we're just gluing that back on, everybody. No shame in trying. I need a paper towel.
Well, that's what it's all about, right?
And that's what it's all about.
Alrighty. So the band met again for the first time since Porch Fest.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite times of year because we're picking new songs we want to add in.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really good. And I love it because it changes it. Like when you're practicing for a gig, you're kind of concentrating on perfection.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're learning new songs, you're kind of
Just
concentrating
messing
on
around.
Like, what sounds good and what does that.
Mm-hmm.
And people have picked a bunch of like bass forward songs, which makes me super
Nice.
So Seven Nation Army is a song we're gonna try,
Yes. Love that one.
right? And it leads off with bass. My only problem
Mhm.
with it so far is I play the same riff so many times in a row. They were like, "Oh, you missed where you change," and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I play that riff like 20 times."
80. Yeah. Like I can't. Like I'm
I
waiting
don't know
to.
the song well enough to know
Yeah.
where it comes up, so I'm relying on somebody else to give me that cue.
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
I play like one measure different, and then I go back to the same riff.
Oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're like, I'm gonna need a cue for that, please.
Yeah, but it's fun. I really liked it. And sitting on the dock of the bay. No, Stand By Me. We're doing that, which is
Oh,
another kind
nice.
of bass forward song.
Okay, I fixed it. We just glued
But-
it back on.
I need ideas for songs that were written this century.
Oh,
Riptide.
this century. Riptide. Yeah, Riptide.
It needs to be able to fit the majority of the band, which is a rhythm and lead guitar, a bass player, a keyboard player, and 2 vocalists.
How about Wonderwall? Sorry, the gods were trying to stop me from saying Wonderwall.
I don't mind Riptide. I could bring out my ukulele for that.
I love me
Also,
some
if we get
Wonderwall.
to go to Hawaii, I gotta learn some more ukulele stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do like
Fairy
that.
Tale Ghost says try making it super flat. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if she's talking about the stamp or
The stamp, I think.
Oh yeah, because she was into. They were. I don't know. I'm just using genders.
Amy is she. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do. So we have this for the base of the stamp. I'm gonna make like a fun little design, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm such a genius. But you don't get to know what I'm gonna do.
Are
It's a
those
secret.
gloves?
They're cut-proof gloves.
Okay. All right. No, it's just like. It's really hard to get blood out of the carpet.
Yeah.
I feel like this carpet would hide blood really well
That's why we bought it. That's why businesses have super ugly carpets
because it hides blood.
because it hides blood. Scott says he's obsessed by Olivia Rodrigo.
Scott, I mean this in like the most complimentary way possible. That is such a sapphic woman thing to say.
That's my husband.
I know.
Yeah. He's very comfortable that way, and I love that.
He has bi wife energy.
I wanted, but I mean it like I can't express this enough. Like I mean it in a very complimentary way.
Yeah,
We understand that.
Like that's it's not a derogatory at all. I'm like,
No.
Scott, good job, Scott. As I wave a knife.
It's funny because Scott and I pretty much have exchanged like traditional gender roles. Like I'm the one who's into punk and stuff like that, and Scott's much more into like female vocalists and
Baking.
stuff like that, and baking. I like to deal with electronics. He likes to bake, and we get along very well because of that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have a funny story actually about significant others and like hobbies and such. So my girlfriend was talking to me, and she goes, yeah, she's talking to me. Bad news, guys. She was talking to me, and she was like, I have news that I'm excited about, but you're gonna be disappointed by. And I go, oh, okay, what is it? And she goes, well, I got a PC, and I was like, oh my god, that's great. Why would I be disappointed by that? And she goes, because I didn't get it to play video games. And I'm like, first of all, that's the cutest thing ever to know that I would be disappointed by that, because I was. But also,
Is it like incapable of playing video games?
I was like, you know, if you got a PC, you can still play video games on it. So she got it to do animation stuff, which is really cool.
That's plenty of power.
Which is plenty of power. I was like, you can also play video games on it.
Like it can do
Anyways,
two things.
my girlfriend is adorable, so now you all know.
There is.
Like just because you had a different purpose doesn't mean we can't Stardew.
I know.
Can I ask one of you a favor if we have time tonight?
Yes.
So there is this new thing I want to play with online.
Mm-hmm.
That is AI, but it's AI for animation.
Mm.
If somebody can draw me a figure,
okay.
I should be able to like scan it in
Okay.
and then give it the pivot points
And then move it around?
and then move it around easily.
Cute. You know what we need to do?
I was hoping to get a drawing from my niece, but that hasn't happened yet.
You know what we need to do though?
What?
Is Kamiko watching?
Kamiko is probably
don't
not
know.
watching. She's at work.
We need Kamiko to draw us like a Formby.
Yeah, but I just want something.
No,
to
I'll
play
draw
with.
you something
Yeah,
to mess
yeah.
with tonight. But like, how cool would it be?
Yeah, I think that would be cool. I
If
was
we got-
debating doing that for like an ad or something online, but I saw this the other day and was like, oh, that looks cool. I want to get a drawing for my niece so I can like animate it and send it back to her.
Yeah, that would
But
be
I
awesome.
need something to play with, and the only thing I can draw is like stick figures.
That's also the only thing I can draw, to be fair. So.
I didn't want to like scan in somebody else's art unless I had permission.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I don't remember where I stopped, and that is a problem.
Oh no. Okay, I'm
This
just
is
sort
the
of.
problem with not getting things done.
I'm trying to make notches in this so that I can make this sort of a circular thing, and then this will be like typical.
Scott, do you like LeVay? LeFay? Is that who, am I saying it right?
I have no idea.
Man, Scott, if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I think it's Loufey. And I think it's pronounced.
Oh, Scott, I think you would love
LeVay.
Brandy Carlisle.
Do you watch?
Oh yeah, I think he does.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I think
Scott,
I have some Brandy Carlisle.
you understand me, Scott.
Do you watch Tiny Desk concerts, Scott?
I don't know if he
Or
does.
anyone? Does anyone watch Tiny
I
Desk
like
concerts?
Tiny Desk concerts. I
So-
don't watch it on the regular, but I like
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt and I watch them. Matt will show me ones that he thinks I will like, which is, you know, pretty diverse.
Yeah.
But Matt watches it pretty regularly, and I'm a big fan. It's where I found Gogol Bordello
Oh yeah.
was from a Tiny Desk concert where he screamed, "Start wearing purple." You know what I mean? That's the song, like
Yeah.
like their most famous song, and like literally like played "The Floor Is Lava" with all of their desks.
Nice.
So good, and everyone sang along, and it was amazing.
That does sound pretty cool.
It's a pretty good performance. Lots of rappers, like some of my favorite like rap performances, have been on Tiny Desk concerts.
Yeah, they do a
Um,
really good job.
Yeah, and like seeing like the
Scott
like
says he heard them talk about the winner last week. Oh, who was this season's?
for Eurovision.
No, but Tiny Desk concerts.
Oh, Tiny
sometimes
Desk, they
gives
do
out
the
a-
little competition.
Jay.
I'm like
Scott, or who am I? Charlie
Eurovision obsessed.
is Eurovision obsessed.
It's true.
That was last week, right? What was the controversy this year?
Do you want to know? It's legit. It was like legit.
No, I heard there was a controversy, and I just didn't hear what.
Okay,
It was.
so Israel hardcore campaigned individuals to vote for their singer to show grassroots like support
Yeah.
for the things that they are be due. That was their goal, and so they came in second place
Ooh.
Yeah.
because they got like 300 some fan votes. But then it came out that like they had like legitimate like hardcore campaigned people to like use all of their votes and their big votes, like their biggest votes for Israel, and that it was
I mean, that doesn't seem like a controversy. That seems like how the contest works.
no, they did it like gross style. It was like they weren't even potentially going to be allowed to perform. And then on top of it, Ireland had a just markered on their body somewhere, had like a in Gaelic Palestinian support, and was told that they couldn't
Yeah.
have that. And then also no people with Palestinian flags were allowed, like no Palestinian flags were allowed at the event, but Israel was allowed to participate and wave flags.
Yeah,
It was pretty gross. So yeah, we Palestine doesn't compete because Palestine's not allowed to compete. Like they just aren't in the thing. But Israel is kind of deal. So yeah, like
That's not great.
it was pretty gross with like when things came out. But like when Israel performed in the finals, it hadn't been an issue. But the performer was 100 was participated in the making of propagation. Like she was full on with like what
The
it
winner
seems
or the Israel one?
the Israel performer
Okay, 'cause
seems
I
to
was like,
be
I didn't think Israel won. I
No,
thought
they
I saw
didn't
a
win.
picture of some dude on a plane who won.
no.
Who
The
did win?
winner was
You say France.
no.
No, I thought there was a picture of him like flying home, holding his award.
No, he was amazing. It was Sweden,
Yeah.
Switzerland. He broke the code, and like, oh my gosh, it is such a good song, and the performance was nuts. So he's like, no, they. I think they were non-binary.
Scott says,
She,
Super
they. I
set
can't. I
the
honestly have no
okay,
idea.
Pass sounds fine again. Now regular thumping? Question mark.
What's wrong?
There's like
Super staticky, okay, pass.
I think it might have something you like leaning over.
I'm gonna do this real quick.
Yeah.
Nothing I love more than AI problems or AV problems.
But no, they were like they had this like puffy like mesh jacket and the cutest skirt and tennis shoes, and they had this like half ball thing,
Yeah.
and like it was a platform, but like the bottom part was a ball, and it would somehow they would like run and jump on it, and it would like tilt and swirl, and they would be like standing on the edge, like leaning back, like in the.
That's kind of cool.
I don't know, it was so cool, and like whoa, they broke the code, and like that song, like
What do you mean,
it's
the
so
song
good.
was called
That's
They
the
Broke
song,
Code?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I broke the code. Like they're like doing their thing, like figuring out who they are. It's like so positive and like just makes you feel good when you listen to it.
Cool.
So broke the code, big fan. I cannot remember the winner's name, but they are
or their
adorable.
pronouns apparently.
No, they them for sure.
Okay, great.
I had to think about it because like, then I think
Where does this go?
Switzerland and Ireland were both non-binary performers. They had at least two
What country
non-binary
was the
performers.
winner from?
Switzerland.
Oh, hell
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're the one that had like the
Love me some Swiss people.
yeah.
Sorry.
Highly recommend the song. I think people will like it.
There
It won by a lot, like both popular votes and judge votes. Like it won by a lot, and so that was kind of the thing where like some of the countries that didn't get votes, but Israel did, was like, why didn't this country get votes? Why didn't this song get votes? It seems like it should have. Like England got 0 popular votes, like not a single popular vote for England, which is crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
And I
That
think
seems
it's
weird.
because all of those votes that would have gone to England went to,
Well, I wonder what Israel was giving up.
Yep.
This blue seems to be pretty solid.
that's, Yeah, it's just a real weird deal. So yeah.
I didn't even know about Eurovision until like the movie a few years ago.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, like, the movie is really accurate.
Well, I mean, Will Ferrell always does totally accurate things.
It's basically a documentary.
I don't understand why he can do that so well, and then he has to ruin all of my childhood memories of Land of the Lost.
Oh, did he? I haven't seen
I
it.
wouldn't even go see the movie because I was like, nope, that's way too different.
I didn't.
That was one of the core memories of people of my generation. Land of the Lost, and he's like, oh,
Just goofing it up. That sucks.
Now, at this point, you might be wondering, Lexi, what design are you trying to do for this handle? And the answer is, I don't know. I'm just kind of vibing.
You're making a handle.
Just kind of vibing. I'm just kind of seeing how it goes. I might go for like a.
Is it because you don't know what Land of the Lost is?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Okay, this cap is just like solid glue. Nothing is working out for me tonight.
Well, that's probably true. But I mean, sorry.
That's true. Your life does suck.
No, so sometimes when I'm doing activities, I just kind of say things in response to other people's things without really thinking about it.
You know what that's a symptom of?
ADHD.
Yeah.
Great. 10 out of
10
10.
out of 10.
Therapist and I talked about Land of the Lost because I talked about how like core memories are just always screwed up. Because Bridge to Terabithia was one of my favorite books. Well, my 6th grade teacher read us Bridge to Terabithia, which was great, until the denouement. And then that woman read us Where the Red Fern Grows. So
Fuck
I'm pretty
her.
sure she had like people die in her life that year because I was like, why do you hate all of us?
Was it 5th grade?
It was 6th grade.
Okay. No, so what was the first one you said?
Bridge to Terabithia.
Bridge to Terabithia, and then
Which
the
is
other one,
fantastic
Red Fern
until,
Grows.
Like
I
don't know if spoilers are allowed on
Yeah.
40-year-old books.
Yeah, I think so. No, like I read Where the Red Fern Grows, and then what's the one that we read that was so sad? So sad.
I mean, it doesn't get much sadder than Where the Red Fern Grows. Old Yeller is probably before your time. I don't even know if that was a book. I know it was a movie.
It was. I read the book.
No, but like, was it 6th grade? So we did, yeah. And then 6th grade we did To Kill a Mockingbird, which I really love that book. But
yeah, that is my all-time favorite book.
and I think making kids in Kansas read To Kill a Mockingbird is probably a good thing.
Yes. As long as you explain to them, like, this is why we read this.
Yes. Which
But
that
I
probably
built-
doesn't happen enough,
Like
honestly.
when I was a kid, I built an entire when we read that, I lived across from the Little League Park and a bunch of other parks. So I built my own kind of Terabithia and had my own. I was explaining I had rules on how you could get into it because there's so many people in the park. I didn't want people just randomly getting into my magic land.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
True.
So then my therapist was like, "So tell me where you went when you were disassociating." I was like,
No, I don't wanna.
Probably there. I was like,
I'm like, all right, clock me, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think you have to be quite so good at your job. Like,
Yeah.
if you could just loosen up a little bit.
You can just chill out.
So yeah, I'm supposed to be like writing letters to my younger self, and I'm like,
That sounds gross. I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, I'm getting.
I'm sure it's
closer
wonderful.
To the point where I can, but so far I'm like, I don't really want to ask that kid questions. That kid's already screwed up.
I just don't want to write the letters. Like, that's the problem I have. Like, I'll have a conversation with you. Put me in a room alone with, like, childhood me.
Oh, I can't do that. She's tried that several weeks now, and I'm like, no, that's not a thing I can do.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we're trying writing, because I'm better at writing, and I've done a couple of writing assignments for her that have worked out well. But she was like, all right, close your eyes and think about your younger self, and I was like, no, that's not a thing we do in my life.
They're like, actually, I'm not doing that.
Like,
It's
actually,
like,
I'd
you're good at your job, but I'm
literally,
better at resisting.
I'd literally rather die. Would you like me to die right here in front of you?
It's like, I'm so embarrassed. I cannot do that. Alright, 46 and 52. So we're trying to, just figure out some things. Apparently, to make me healthier. And
Whatever.
apparently, I asked for it. So I was like, all
You,
right.
not only did you ask for it, but I think you're paying for it.
Yeah. That's my first mistake.
Yeah. Going to therapy.
Right? I'm like, I can do other things, but that's not the thing I can do. 46. She's also moving offices soon, so she's going to be like, you know that office complex down at the end of the block?
Yeah.
Going to be right there.
Oh, dang.
Oh, so close.
Tell her not to come into the store.
I don't mind if she comes in.
Yeah, she can meet what.
I have a strength of character.
She can find out.
She
what
find
you've
out
been
why
talking about.
why
She'll be
you
like,
are the
"Oh,
way
I
you are.
understand more now.
Yeah, exactly.
She's pretty chill. And I think, like, I would think in therapy, like, seeing somebody in their daily environment would be helpful,
Yeah.
right? But I understand why it is frowned upon. But, like, I can just sit there and lie at you for an hour. That's not hard.
That's what I did when I went to therapy.
It's counterintuitive to spend money and then lie the whole time, but, like, sometimes if you get too close to something,
I have tried to move into the I won't lie to her, but I will just say I will say like I get quiet or she's learned like the oh we're not quite ready to talk about that yet because I'll hedge and I'll hem and I'll haw kind of thing and then realize like okay, I don't know yet. And she's like, okay, this is what you're gonna,
mine understands when I start to get her to laugh that I'm avoiding.
yeah.
I'm
No,
so
making
good
jokes.
at
Yeah,
getting
yeah, yeah.
the other person to avoid.
Distract them. Yep. With humor.
It is a superpower.
You're like, but I'm so funny though. Can't we just like live with how funny I am?
Right? I'm like, it is how I survived.
Ow.
So, anyway, it's been fun. I still like it. It is hard some weeks. It is okay some weeks. But she's changing her schedule because she's going to take Mondays off. And I'm like, no. That's the day. That's
But
the
Monday
day
is
I
my
need you."
therapy day.
You can't do that. What are you thinking?
I hate change. You therapize me. You know
Right?
this.
You know this. How can you do this to me?
You're like the audacity.
So, but I was good, and when she was talking about changing, I was like, look, I just can't come from here straight to work. I just can't. I can't do that. That's too much pressure. I will stop being truthful in therapy
Because you don't want to risk
I don't wanna
being
take it to
emotional.
the
Yeah.
Anyway,
This move?
I am really bad at carving. I'm thinking that I'm realizing this.
I think you're getting pretty good. I mean, it's like anything else. You have to practice, right?
This is true.
So.
This
fairy
is the
tale
first time
goes.
carving in like 2 years, so I'm really doing it, doing my best.
Right?
Fairy Tale Ghost says those are still major spines for kids lit, making kids cry even in 2024. Yeah, that's true. I just think, and then she was asking me like, oh, did you go see the Bridge of Terabithia movie? And I'm like, no, they lied in all of the advertising. All of the advertising was like, look at this cute and adorable movie. And I was like, that's going to jack some kids up.
Oh my god, yeah. I don't know
And
what
if the parents don't know what's in it, like, this is going to be fun times at home.
You wouldn't like it.
I would not.
Major character death.
Oh gosh. That's one of the AO3 tags I avoid.
Yeah.
Obscure reference.
Nah.
It's in-
AO3 obscure in this room.
That's true.
If you're a nerd that doesn't know what AO3 is, let us help you from being gatekept.
That's true.
It's just a place where people share their fan fiction.
So what? I never quite understood the move to AO3 from fanfiction.net.
AO3's got a much better tagging system.
Well, it was a big deal when it first changed because people were like, fanfiction is gatekeeping, or
So it's a very long debate. Essentially, I don't know all of the sordid details. I know that AO3 is a very like you can put pretty much whatever you want on there as long as you tag it correctly.
Yeah.
Fanfiction.net was like, well, this stuff we don't want people like writing about. Like that's not the stuff we want on our website. Like just like really hardcore stuff, and so they would ban it. I think this is what happened.
People wanted more porn.
People, yeah.
Is that what happened? It was basically people wanted more
Not
porn.
well,
Yeah.
sort of worse than that, but yes. But anyways,
Sort
so,
of worse than that.
no, not. It's a very complicated situation.
Was it furry stuff?
No, I don't know all of the details, but all I'm saying is I think people thought, or AO3 has a much better filtering out system for things you don't want to see and things you do want to see.
I see.
And fanfiction.net is a very outdated and complicated way to search things up.
Okay.
Which
It
is
does.
that's the surface area point of it. There's some deeper things that are like, oh, this and this and this are more accessible on X and blank and blank. Not X, like the friggin', you know what I mean.
Whichever, one or the other.
Yeah. So that's sort of it. It all boils down to the fact that AO3 is just kind of better in every way.
No bias.
No bias. I wrote fanfiction on fanfiction.net. Okay, I have
a piece of fanfiction on fanfiction.net. You'll never find it.
Is it Star Trek? Be honest.
No.
No, it's Fallout for sure.
No. No, but that's an idea.
Firefly. No, sorry. Okay.
Firefly
Dog
fanfic.
meat and Preston Ranger.
Oh god.
You got me.
I read a Five Nights at Freddy's fanfiction. It's very pure. It's very innocent. I read it when I was 11. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
It is good. I mean, it was always interesting to read stuff to see how people grew as a writer,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you could follow the same person for a little while and be like, oh, you've learned how to use commas. I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm missing a piece. I know you're shocked to hear that it's hard to find a piece on a Games Workshop.
The Games Workshop
Plastic
No,
book.
no,
Yeah.
no. That's crazy. Why would you ever accuse them of such a thing?
I need to be playing those like, find this snake in this pitcher full of worms, because that's what this is.
I don't even know what's going on right now, honestly, with this carving.
I think you're doing a great job.
Nope,
I mean, it might need some sanding afterwards, but that's how carving is, right?
What shape am I going for? I don't even
Like a little knob?
Yeah, sort of. I'm just trying to make it nobular.
Nobular.
Yeah, nobular. You know how that's a word.
I know how that's worded. Words get to be made up. I will say I'm about done with all of the memes about like, hey, you don't have to put 2 spaces after a period. You're old. Don't do that anymore. I'm like, does it harm you in any way? No.
Mm-mm.
STFU. Like,
Yeah, just like, can we let some stuff be? Like, I double space at the end of a sentence because Apple will give me a period if I do that.
yeah.
So,
I
like,
just don't understand that. And then I mean, I get the Oxford comma fight. Like, I understand that fight, and I take part in that fight.
I am
And
an
screw the
Oxford comma
No.
fan.
You only need the Oxford comma in certain ways.
No, like, only when it, like, tells you the difference between an and an and. Like, what does it mean, right?
Yeah,
like,
but
it helps
that's
you.
not yeah. Oxford comma is you have to always use that third comma, and you don't.
The grammar fandom
You
is really
only
heating
have
up
to
right
use
now.
it. Oh, you have no idea when you work in newspapers and the AP releases their new changes to the AP style guide.
No,
Like,
and like,
bitches get crazy.
like, the AP comma is just wasted ink if you don't need it for understanding.
Exactly, which is why I'm against the Oxford comma.
Don't waste ink.
Amy says, Charlie, were you still going to run the writing RPG? Ooh, what writing RPG?
I am hoping to run the writing
What
RPG.
is a writing RPG?
The
Is it
motel, the
Oh,
that
Spooky Nine.
Spooky Nine, yeah, the Spooky Nine is in writing RPG. So that was one of the things I was thinking about hosting a room for it on a Wednesday night, just to do like.
Yeah.
I mean, I
wanna
would
run
have board
Pigeons
games
11.
going, but then I would like go in to do prompts, you know, like.
I'm thinking about running Pigeons
them?
11 for the GMs for free RPG day.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I'm trying to get into Connor's duck thing, but he hasn't responded to me. He left me on red.
Okay. I'm trying to get into all of Icky's games. I feel like we do it.
I'm just afraid of geese, and so I really want to be in the goose game.
Yeah, of course.
What is the goose game?
I don't know, but Connor's doing a goose RPG for Indie RPG Day.
Connor may or may not have a goose in his bathtub. Isn't that a whole thing?
May or may not.
I
have
think
a
he
goose.
released the goose back to the
Okay, gotcha,
wild
gotcha.
because it was doing fine. And he's like, oh, you're all right. I'm taking you back to the park now.
I
That's
legit cannot find this piece. Oh wait, is that it? Yes, found it. All I have to do is give up, and then there it is.
That's kind of the motto for life, honestly.
Okay.
That's how I found Scott. I'd given up hope of ever finding anybody I liked and liked me. And then it was a few weeks later.
All right. I'm going to do a reveal.
Alright. Go for it.
I'm taking this.
let's see how we did. The light is doing a thing. It's lighting.
Excellent. Oh, I will be here on Tuesday, but then we're going out of town for my birthday.
Nice.
Oh heck yeah! When's your birthday?
Wednesday. That's my mom's birthday too.
Are we doing something?
Well, I'm going out of town.
We're doing something for my mom's
So-
birthday.
That's
you
not
can
what I
meet
meant.
me in San Francisco for the weekend because I really want.
Like tomorrow is your birthday?
No, next week. Next Wednesday.
So are we like when are you gonna be at work next week?
I'm leaving work Wednesday night. We're going to
That's
San
not what I
Francisco.
asked. When are you gonna be at work
No.
next week?
I'll be here. I'll be on the show Tuesday.
You'll be on the show Tuesday?
Yeah.
So I guess we got to do something Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what you could do.
We'll figure it out when you're not in the room.
Yeah.
That's what scares me. I'll
Cheese
walk
taste
into
test.
another like 12 types of mustard that I have to try.
Yeah.
I don't see what the problem is.
The pretzel nuts were delicious.
I'll just make you a bunch of pretzels and it'll be great.
I mean, if you made me extra pretzels so we could take them, because we're going to be doing some bike riding next weekend.
All right, so we have one. It needs some paint, obviously.
Ooh.
Scott says reveal. They look gray in this light.
So the backs are gray.
Yeah. Okay. And is that intentional?
Yeah, it gives you because the back doesn't matter, right? Like
Yeah,
it's going to
and
show. It's
Scott's
going to
like
give you a little bit of like
Thinking
make
you'll
it less
paint just the
sear-free.
numbers. Yeah, I could see you doing
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
dry
yeah.
brush over the numbers.
So what we'll do is actually because of these are made to be super easy, just like painting dice. I will cover the whole thing with paint and then let it dry a little bit, and then I will just
Rub it
buff off the top.
bottom.
Yep, that is it.
That's awesome.
And then I'll protect it with another layer of clear resin to seal it all up.
You know what we should add
and
to
it'll
the
be done.
stream is people can vote like once a month or once a quarter on the thing they would like for us to make as their Patreon rewards.
Oh,
yeah.
Until we get so many Patreons, we will have to find a factory in China.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's my dream.
To have a factory in China.
Yeah. How'd you know? I just told you, I guess. But
All right.
still.
I had a feeling.
I don't want to. Sawdust.
Heck yeah. All right. Are you ready for action again?
Give me I guess.
I just need to get some paint.
Let me.
Well, here, they can just check out my cool things for like 30 seconds while I find some paint. They can see us still too. Like they get
Yeah.
both.
Okay.
We're
You
so
can
cool.
See me get super glue everywhere. This tape.
Very good. That's what you want.
Really hoping to just super glue these pieces directly to the table.
Heck yeah. We do enjoy a bit of super glue. All right.
So we're gonna go to a Sarah McLachlan concert next week,
Oh, that sounds awesome.
and we're gonna bike across the Bay Bridge, go to Sausalito. Yeah, I mean,
Your family's not big on traveling?
That's why I went out. So I only have time to go with my grandparents tomorrow, basically. I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I went to LA for a little bit, but I don't really have time, so I'm only there for like a day and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be like, bye guys, I'm gonna go to LA. I know I came to visit you guys, but I came to visit you guys before life happens. But so I'm gonna be super busy this summer. My mom's gonna go up this June, but I'm gonna be so busy in June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get it done now.
Yeah, I did tell Scott that hopefully if we go to Hawaii, it will not be the last week of June.
You're just like, alright, bye. I'm like, well, wait a second.
I'll have to teach somebody else all the magic tricks.
Oh my
I
god.
know. I'm like,
Really
hey.
easy. I got very easy magic tricks for people.
I'll learn magic tricks if you get to go to Hawaii.
You gonna?
I'll learn magic tricks if you get to
We
go
have
to Hawaii.
open ones of them all in the staff room so people can.
Oh, is that what those are for?
Yeah.
Yay for concert with my girl, says Scott.
Aw.
It's so cute. going to a Hatsune, not Hatsune Miku. What's the other one? Mitsuki
Oh, okay.
concert in December.
Wait, she didn't get you tickets?
She did not get 2 tickets. This was when we were like, she got the tickets while we were like courting, I suppose.
Courting. I love
Off
that.
again, yeah.
I
No, we've never had a stage where we were off again.
Courting.
I suppose. I mean,
That's so cute, though.
before we were official. Before we were official. So I don't think she was like, hey, I know we met 2 weeks ago, but do you want to go to a concert with me in a year?
I mean, that's a bold commitment.
That's kind of
Such a lesbian
thing,
thing
to be
to do.
fair.
Right?
You're like,
You bring the U-Haul.
you break up 3 months in, and then like 9 months later, like you get a call like, hey, I have these concert tickets, and then you get back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we don't break up. So.
Oh no, I'm just saying like that would be the movie.
Yeah. That's okay. I think this honestly stamp handle is pretty cool. Not great, but not the worst thing I've ever made. So.
Hey, that's good. You made it. That makes it awesome.
That's true.
All right, let me glue it on.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Scott said
So I'm
something
done.
major
We,
plus
like-
5 sarcasm.
Nice. So we painted that on. We're gonna let it dry, and then we'll do a little wipe away.
Sorry.
I'm gonna give you back to Lexi here so that we can see.
So this is sort of the handle that I made. I did sort of a little knob and then a little, just a classic little.
Explain to me why
Stamp.
Gilby was like, for this foot, glue all these tiny little pieces together. But for this foot, we just have it all in one
We
section.
just gave you a foot.
Like, what the hell?
Sometimes you want to
Just-
build your own foot.
I was like, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Man, just me and this heat gun are gonna be best friends. Look at it drying my paint so fast.
That is honestly really impressive. What you painted? You painted over the yellow?
Yeah, because they're recessed, just like on a die.
And then you're gonna scrape off.
I don't scrape it, but yeah.
You're ruining my thing.
No.
I just showed you. The thing that you're making, you're ruining it.
Oh, those legs.
Delveg says, nice handle, Lexi.
Thank you.
All right, now I do need.
Just out there complimenting everybody.
I know.
Okay, what do I need next? I need
I need a giant base plate.
alcohol. Do we have any rubbing alcohol in here or just in the back?
I don't know. It would be in the chaos cabinet though. My giant base plate is not in here.
I think it's in the
The back with the.
back, yeah. Yeah, and then if you glue it on there, you can always just like carve up the
That's what I
edges a
was
little
gonna
bit.
do.
Yeah, it's gonna look really nice. Oh, but you use the
Probably
the
should use different glue.
Elmer's glue. It's just gonna take a while to dry. I'm not sure. Like that's the other thing too. I don't know.
This is the multi-purpose glue extra strong formula.
That's cool. I'm just wondering if it will, if rubber. I don't know if rubber will stick to it. You might want the contact glue.
I don't know what that is.
I'll grab it, but it takes a long time for the contact glue to cure to be ready to stick together. And I'll show it to you. Let me go grab it. The one that we got, Jack's got a good one, but it's like a little bit longer dry time. It lies to you.
It does.
It lies to you on the dry time, and then you're very angry, assuming we still have it. Hey, Bomis, if you're watching,
Promise.
I found your taco again. Someday.
That is a good taco.
Someday I'm going to mail it to you because you're my friend and I love you.
Nope, someday I'm gonna steal it.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
That's the way it's gonna be.
Jax may have just like tossed out that contact glue because it made her so angry.
Give me the that.
I mean, I've got different kinds of glue.
Oh, give me the hot glue.
Here's super glue.
Oh, I'll try that.
Does super glue work on wood?
I don't know.
Kind of, but not great. Like,
Here.
we have wood glue somewhere.
Oh, I just trying to find it.
The trick is we're trying to glue rubber to wood, which I think is.
Yeah. It's
They
a
are-
light audience
Actually,
out
this is
there
working
tonight.
pretty well.
Is it? The super glue's working? Okay, cool. miracles.
Oh my god, so I had this weird streak last week where like for like 3 days in a row I would sit and I would listen to like 12 a.m. The PBS shows on Hulu. And I'm not quite sure what that was about, but it was kind of like it was a very consistent thing where I would get ribs and I would eat them in front of my TV at like midnight. No one else around.
Is anyone back here? Okay. I was just like, I was gonna close it. There's someone back here, sorry.
Sorry.
That much. It's delicious. I love ribs, but like I love ribs now. I guess sometimes I have like revelations where I'm like, I don't like this thing. And I'm like, oh, actually, I love it.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those people that like I will eat the same food for a month and then I will hate it.
Yeah, that was
So like the protein
You're like your
bars I've been
hyper-focused
eating
food?
for breakfast because I love the protein bars and I'm supposed to eat breakfast.
Yeah.
And now I opened up one today. I can't even stand the smell of it.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
ate 2 bites and then I couldn't finish it and then the smell got so bad I was like, no.
You're like, oh no, it's ruined now.
Right?
All right, time to try this out as an actual stamp.
Can we use is that little towel? What are you doing with that little towel? What's that?
What towel?
Is that a towel?
No, this
No?
is a holder.
Oh, that's
for-
your case.
All right, so we've got the stamp. It's sort of ruggedly a stamp. And we've got some paper. And we've got this pad of ink. And we are going to try out my stamp with the stamp handle. So, just look at that. Stamp. Stamp. Okay.
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 Hey, look at you.
Okay.
Okay.
You know? You're like, hey, good job. Pop print.
Nice
Oh.
job.
Good job, pop print. Okay, I'm cooking. All right, that works pretty well.
Look at you. You like did a thing.
I did a thing. I made a little stamp with a little paw print and a little handle. That's pretty cute.
I'm gluing things together.
Ooh, this is gonna work. This is what I need.
Now I can make little footprints on regular pieces of paper. I can just be like, doop, 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 doop,
As much as you want.
as much as I want on any piece of paper ever. You're gonna be finding invoices and you'll be like, why are there paw prints on this? No, I'm just
Mm,
kidding.
like,
I
it'll
love the
be
little
very
notes
clear.
I get when I do like the safe drop.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
it's 8 o'clock.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna make my other stamp really quick.
Fairy Tale Ghost says it looks great.
That looks great. I'm really obsessed with this actually, because then I can just be like, ooh, ooh.
Can you make a lizard foot?
I can try.
I mean, you don't have to.
I'm
I'm just giving you a
I'm gonna
suggestion.
try to make like a bird foot, like a bird footprint. But that's probably easy, just like a real lines.
Like a little chick step.
Yeah, I want a chick step.
Cute.
That's what they call me.
Chick step.
Yeah. It's my nickname in high school.
Chick step.
Chick step.
Okay.
Not popular in high school.
I went to a weird high school where I was like queen of the transitions. So like I could hang out with the
Oh,
popular people,
that
but
makes-
also I knew every drug dealer in school,
That's good.
which was like a weird place to be. Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool. And then if you put a pin back on it. Yep, and that's what you did because you're smart.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome,
Wait, that's so awesome. What the heck? I thought I didn't have faith in you.
right? I can't believe you did that.
You're like, whoa! The steps happened. Yeah.
Scott says he's curious about the Charlie method. Oh, that worked super well. Is that sandpaper? No.
No.
So she just puts rubbing alcohol. So you paint all over the top, and then you put rubbing alcohol on it, and you, after the paint is a little dry, but then you can rub off all the paint that's not in a recess.
Mm-hmm. And I'm using a bit of just like, this is just craft store felt because it's very flat. It doesn't have any ridges. It's not like a towel. If you use like a terry cloth towel, the little frillies from the terry cloth can like get in and remove some of your paint. So you want that to not happen. And then I'm gonna let this, we'll let that dry again, and we'll do like a clear coat on it to make it protected.
You do the same for dice? Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You just kind of rub paint in it and then you wipe off the excess.
Yep.
Painting dice is pretty fun. I have a set that Connor gave me that are like really nice resin dice that are unpainted. And I think I lost them actually, so now that I've said that.
I will not be here for the next paint day, which is Saturday, June 8th. One of my bandmates is having a birthday, and he's having barbecue flown in from Texas. And
Okay.
there's very little that's going to get me to miss that.
Yeah, no. I don't know that anything.
And he's flying in Bluebell ice cream,
Oh,
which is
Oh, dude.
the best ice cream.
I've never had it, but I imagine it's good.
Well, it's good enough he's flying it in.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
It's pretty great. Like if that's the ice cream that you grew up on, like that's the ice cream
Yeah.
you want.
I'm trying to remember the name of, there's a potato chip dip when I was a kid. And I think it was Highland. Remember Highland Dairy?
Yeah.
And they did like a really good like sour cream dip. And I
Uh-huh.
can only find it when I go to Missouri, and it's so good.
Yeah, Highland Dairy is definitely the back home.
Right? It's so creamy and good.
Mm-hmm.
I've really been nostalgic for home recently. Like watching a bunch of videos about people going fossil hunting and just
Oh,
like
yeah.
going caving, and I'm just like, oh, I miss that so much.
Yeah.
You can,
Caving is one of my worst fears.
well, I didn't go spelunky, so
Oh,
I didn't go
okay.
like
No.
with just like a flashlight and crawling through tunnels that were too small for me.
Okay.
Because I'm not insane.
That's good. That's good.
No, I'm
But-
gonna go to Mammoth Caverns like the tourist style.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, good.
Although I have always wanted to go cave diving, which is like one of the most dangerous things you
But
can
it does
do.
look really cool.
Doesn't it look cool? Other than the incredibly high death rate?
Other than the incredibly high death rate, it looks very
That's
cool.
what they say about Crazy Squirrel.
Please don't put that out in the universe.
Sorry,
We've only had the one death. We only had one death in the store. It was fine.
I was just joking.
It was natural causes.
It
And
was.
please, nobody die in Crazy Squirrel. Thank you so much.
Again.
Again. No, not in this location.
Not in this location.
The
Although
ghost definitely came
of
with
Jeff
us.
Followed us, so
We wouldn't want him to be lonely.
no.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Okay.
I just wish that Jeff would stop throwing little bits of paper towel on the floor.
I know.
That
man,
is-
Jeff is so rude.
And the woman's bathroom too. It's like, come on, dude.
Thankfully, he only does it when there's no one in there.
That's true.
Yeah, Jeff's not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I thought these were still. Did I? At what point did I glue them? I didn't glue them shut. There. Oh. Well, okay. Now I broke that glue. Why do they allow me to do arts and crafts?
You
I
know.
don't know. But yeah, next paint day is gonna be fun. I will either be there working or I will be there painting. One of the two will happen. I don't know which one.
I will be there painting regardless of whether I'm working or not.
That is fair.
Well,
I just, if I can, like
as long as
no.
we're busy, not busy enough.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, like the
So it's
whole.
like with the customers, like, all right,
No,
hold
no,
on,
no.
I gotta pick this.
I put up our little chaos construction
okay,
sign and our
okay.
tiny table behind the register,
Yeah,
so
we
that
have
like.
a little advertising station where we like last paint day we had a little thing and people would be like, oh, are you painting? We'll be like, yeah, we do painting on Chaos Construction Crew on Twitch.
Mm-hmm. And we have our little sign.
No, obviously not when people were like at the register. We weren't like,
No.
hold on, we're ignoring you. We need to paint.
No.
Scott says that black really pops on those, Charlie.
Yeah,
What
thank
are you
you.
gonna call those? Tiles, plaques, brooches?
I don't know. This is my first set. These are my first set. Like, this is the first time I've used the mold. So I'm like really happy with how they came out. However, they are tippy because I put the pin backs because that was required that they had pin backs on them. But to get the,
You could wait until they're done and then like glue the pin backs on them. I don't think it would be as secure.
yeah, I like how secure it is. I just want, like, I just need something to,
Although if you
like a
got
little
them
bit of
dry
foam.
and then you added like a tiny drop of epoxy to add the pin to the back? That would be.
I could, yeah, instead of like putting them into the mold.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do like a very simple like design. For
Do you have,
this.
Lexi, could I have some of your scrap eraser?
Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you.
Dude, those look so good. They're for us.
Yeah. So I'm gonna poke some holes.
Yeah. I love when you make me little resin gifts. Still have the one for my keychain.
Okay, cool.
Look, I have legs.
You have legs. I'm so proud.
Okay.
Speaking
Oh,
of
I
legs,
Now we're
see
just
that.
gonna do a thin layer.
my cat Kermit has like the longest legs in existence. But he's like,
Fairy Tale Ghost says, stab them into something. Scott says Fairy Tale Ghost is all for murder, and she replies, always.
Always.
Thank you, Professor Snape. Okay. And this is the glue that came out of my glue cap.
What?
oh my, yeah.
This is the like, I don't know, the insane nobule.
I don't understand why it was like that, because I always put my glue in standing up.
Yeah. Did it tip over?
Somebody must have tipped it over and then like stood it up later or something.
That sucks.
So, all right, let's see if this was truly a battery issue.
I do use our super glue.
What do I have to do? What'd you say?
Nothing.
You said something. Chat, what did she say?
She didn't say anything. It's okay.
She said something.
She said that she does sometimes maybe use your super glue.
Just put it back in standing up.
I thought I did. So I'm really sorry
Like,
if it was
glue
me.
is there for everybody. So.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like I will admit that I am sometimes a person that will run and get your super glue because I know where it is and I know that it will work. And so if I do try to put it back right, but dang, I'm just gonna let you know that could have been me because
Okay, something is definitely wrong here.
could have been.
What are you painting on now?
So right now I'm putting a layer just of the clear resin to protect it, make sure the paint stays, makes it just look a little bit more finished.
Next Charlie's gonna guide me through more quests for Final Fantasy 14.
That is
Right.
true. We're
By
not.
guide me, I mean she's gonna chauffeur me. So.
We did to say that we're gonna skip Applebee's tonight, and we're gonna.
It's true.
Well, you said you were gonna like get Applebee's delivery. Is actually
No,
what
I'm
you
not
said,
gonna do that.
which is
Applebee's
silly.
delivery is so expensive.
That sounds wildly expensive. Okay, and then I learned that I just need to use a little bit of flashlight to go around and make sure that I actually got out to all of my edges, because it's very difficult to redo this. Like you can't really. You have to do a whole new fresh layer.
Why is this not working?
Because I cursed it.
Like, now it's not working at all. It's coming on. I don't know, maybe this battery? Let me see if I have this size batteries. I hate it when you get something that's like built for kids, but you can't figure it out.
Yeah.
That makes me crazy.
You're like, well, why do they get to do it?
Right? I was like, it's supposed to be easy. Why am I so bad at this?
That's kind of me at most simple tasks. So.
Oh, I've been sitting too long.
All right, so we're gonna scooch this one out of the way. We gotta tell the battery pack that we're using it again. There we go. All right, and so now we'll just.
I don't know whose bag of Fritos this is. It's been in here for days,
Just been hanging out in there.
and it's just going to be crushed, right?
Okay. Ooh, I like this handle. This is a nice.
Trying to make it a little bit tapered at the end.
Yeah, this is really nice. But like I like the round, like the smooth corners and that kind of stuff. For stamps, I've been trying to decide, like what stamp I would want, you to make for me for my thing, and I can't decide, Lexi.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Can you make me can you just make me a little one that says Kupo,
It says Kupo.
What's this?
Kupo,
Yeah, what kind of terribleness are you getting her to do?
Kupo? That's just what the Moogles say. Kupo.
With the mobile. Oh, in Final Fantasy.
All the Moogles, they just say Kupo, Kupo. Kupo. That's their aloha.
But
Okay, cool.
if I ever travel, when I travel, I honestly don't have that many desires to like go crazy places. I really want to go to Old Town San Diego. I want to go to. See, I can't go to Legoland because they don't let you in without a child.
Right?
And-
This is the problem. There should be an adults day at Legoland.
What
Yeah.
the heck? They won't let you into Legoland?
You can go in, but you literally can't do anything.
Like they'll be like, sorry, you don't have a child with you. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
So you can't like ride the rides. You can't go into a lot of the places because they don't want like. I get why.
They don't want the-
adults there without kids who might be preying on kids. Right? Is my guess.
Yeah, you gotta have a kid to have access to kids.
Right.
So if somebody could have a child and let me borrow them, that'd be awesome.
Why is this not working?
Borrow a child real quick, that'd be.
I mean, if you buy them tickets to Legoland, like I bet my nieces would go with you.
But like I don't want to go with a strange child. You know, I want to go with like a child I know. I don't really know any children.
I mean, I would go if you were taking my nieces to Legoland.
It's true.
So like,
I think we were.
I would take pictures of you while you two were riding rides together.
It's true. I need my brother to have a child. I have a loose
Is that
connection.
to a child?
Ah. No, in my thing, like it moved, but it moved randomly.
Mmm.
That's good, Jeff.
Okay.
Did I see that super glue? Actually, not yet. Actually, don't give it to me yet.
Yeah, super glue is here when you need it.
Much appreciated.
I have a bad connection somewhere.
So you're looking for affliction. Sorry.
I'm into it.
No, just something Scott said in chat, and then I was like,
Mm.
what if I made it a song? Because life's a song, unless you're.
I wonder if
Sure
that is a
Gun.
song.
Unless you are Spike from Buffy. Life's not a song. Life is just. I just started singing the Buffy musical episode. Anyways, guys.
Poor Spike.
Can you hand me the gluey glue?
All right, let's see.
All right, so here's the thing. Scott, you asked about sandpaper. Oh, yeah, sorry, when I'm looking for reflection. Yeah, so when I do the flashlight thing, what I'm typically doing is I'm shining the light right along the edge here to make sure that I got the resin top all the way out to the edge, and so I can see that there's not a difference in the light reflection. Is the easiest way I've found to be able to tell if I actually made it, because it's so clear, you know. But then once it's cured and you're moving it around or it's on something, you know, you can see the variation in the light, you know, and tell like, oh, that's not actually done all the way. But you had asked about sandpaper earlier, and here's the thing. You don't really want to sand resin a whole lot because the particles are pretty small, just like in a nail salon, right? And so it creates a lot of really fine dust, and it won't cause like permanent damage, but it doesn't feel good in your sinuses and stuff like they can. So mostly you'll just see people do like really light sanding on the edge and the back to like take that sharpness from where it what's the word for when water tubes up a tube?
When water tubes up a tube.
Surface tension.
Okay.
Right?
It's like,
What? When water tubes up a tube. With
Yeah, you know,
surface
water
tension?
will like climb up a tube on its own because of surface
Oh.
tension.
Climbing up a tube is like
Yeah.
different than tubing up a tube.
It tubes
I
up.
was like,
It tubes up a tube. You know,
I love you, Charlie.
adhesion. Yeah. So like it sits in the mold this direction, and so there's that little bit of adhesion that will happen, and you get that really thin capillary action. Yes, thank you. That's it. There we go. So yeah, but you get that little sharp edge, right? Like where it sticks to the edge of your pan kind of thing. And so you just want to, I just file that off because that's what I see other people do. But there you go. Then you have a nice little pin, and we'll stick our pin backs back on. There we go. There is a sarcasm badge
I tried to carve like.
for
Jesus, that scared me. I thought there was a bird in here.
Jax just shot a gun. It works. You should go back to regular cam because that's too cool. And then there you go.
dude, that looks amazing. It's still warm.
It's still warm.
That looks amazing.
Thank you.
I might see if you can do one. Oh, when I get my new bike, and I think
Uh-huh.
I might get my new bike next weekend while we're out of town.
Uh huh.
And then I could get a little badge made. 'Cause
Yeah.
It'll have flat sides, so without the pins, and I could just glue it to the side of my bike.
You can. Yeah.
Cute this is. It's little bird footprints.
Oh my goodness.
Look,
That
it's
is
so
so cute.
Oh my god, wait, that's adorable.
All right. One
Okay,
of them I
let's show
can't
this
reach
off.
because it's under the cabinet.
Hold on, let me do a better one.
There is a loose connection somewhere, and I think that's what's causing some of the issues.
Okay, here. Oh, that's so cute.
Look at these cute little bird feet.
Amy, are you proud
those
of,
are
my,
adorable.
of my handles? Also, look at this. That's the
Those
stamp.
are adorable.
What a great little stamp. Yeah. You got to make me one. I don't know what.
Dude, these are actually pretty cool.
They're really cool.
I'm
Here.
gonna add some beeswax to polish them off, and then.
Oh yeah, for your handles. Yeah. Did you switch us back? You want to switch us back to
As soon as I can put these on.
Oh yeah.
And then sand
She's
this one down.
loading her weapon over here. Yeah.
Jax is going to shoot me.
I'm missing. So one of these is under the cabinet.
I'll lay on the floor and get it for you later.
But let me see if I can get this to work. It's pretty heavy. I feel like this screw needs to be stronger.
Mm.
I'm so scared.
I'll shoot them at that corner if I can get it to work again.
Okay.
But it takes a little, so we can rotate around.
Did you put that eye on there, or did it come with
It
that
came
eye?
with the eye.
Oh my God.
Mark Rober is a genius, right?
Yeah. Fair.
Okay, the antenna is very sensitive. You have to kind of point it at the antenna. Because you can rotate it around. It can go up and down, go back up,
That's so cool.
and then, I wonder if I could shoot it like at the camera.
Hold on. If you're gonna do that, though, just in case.
What?
If you're gonna shoot it at the camera, just in case you hit the camera.
All right, let's try it. And you can go around, but there's more. To go around more.
Oh, yeah. It looks really cool on the thing, at least.
I love it.
That's super cool.
I love
Alright,
it.
and now that it works, now I can get into the code and like build my own things for it.
That's so
That
fun.
was super cool. And it did just take turning out a new. I just had to put a different motor in because one of the ones they sent was bad.
Yeah, Mark Rober. I
Yeah.
personal apology video and a refund.
Exactly. I'll write it and say like, hey.
We are
We've been
famous
trying to do
streamers.
stuff.
and we did
We had to pull like 8 people on our stream, and then there was a problem.
Yes, this
Yeah.
is PR issue for you, Mark Rober. No, this is cool.
This is super
I love
cool.
it.
I want to
tried
go
to draw
through
like
and make some better connections.
The paw print in it so you know what it is.
Oh, cute.
Oh, on the top, yeah.
And this one I like more because it's more, but this one was pretty cool.
I think
Yeah.
you paint the top end of your design so you can see it better.
Oh, you know what you could do is you could stamp the handle before you glue the.
What if I steal this for a second?
It's alcohol. Yeah. It's just soaked in alcohol. What do you need?
I just need something to rub my beeswax with.
Oh yeah, here. Let me give you a different one.
It's 8:20.
It's 8:20 and we're guys.
It's none of your beeswax.
Near beeswax.
This really is like, if you don't point it at the antenna, it's so much harder, but if you put it at the antenna.
Are you hearing that she just keeps saying antenna?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna say.
There's no bullets in it, and I'm still just like, don't shoot it at me for saying antenna.
I'm so happy with this. Whoa,
Can you say
yeah.
Can you say cinnamon?
Cinnamon?
Okay, cool.
What's wrong with cinnamon?
Nothing. I was just seeing if you could say the word.
Do I say antenna differently than most people?
Hmm
How do you say it?
Antenna.
That's what I say.
No, that's not what you said.
Antenna?
Yeah. Antenna.
Antenna.
Antenna?
Yeah.
No. No. I refuse to accept
Okay.
that.
just wanted to be
We're just
sure.
like-
just
just-
wanted to confirm.
Yeah. We're all
We're
'kay.
good. We're good here, dude. Don't even worry about it.
yeah. You're she's like, no, I'm not pronouncing
Wait,
that
this
word
is so
differently.
Cute. I can just add little
Scott is
poppers.
mocking me in the chat.
Antenna.
Scott, you can't mock me that much. I can't punish these two that much, but you I can punish.
I don't know. She can punish us pretty good if she
You can
tries.
Fire us if you want.
I guess California is an at-will state. You're
Yeah.
like, they made fun
They
of
made
antenna.
fun of me. That's over.
That's got to be a Missouri thing.
Oh, these are so cute though. You can just.
Those are really cute.
Is it done
It's done.
for me?
For you.
These things are awesome.
This is so cute. I love this.
So
I'm
wait,
putting this
so
on my apron.
did you put a layer of epoxy over
Uh-huh.
the? Oh, that's cool. I was so engaged in trying to figure this thing
No,
out.
that's why it was still warm when I handed it to you because I put the protection layer on it, and so it was like.
I think that's awesome.
So yeah,
That
so,
is freaking
yeah.
cute.
So I
this
guess
is that was my idea for like if I made things for the store, it would be that
Yeah.
or be more of those or the D20 keychain things because I thought
we have
people
to
would
make
like
sure
those.
that we take a video tonight
Yeah.
to put up because this was a fun night. Like,
This
I
was a
had
fun night.
And you'd never done that before, had you?
I never made the stamp with the handles.
Like you just tried the stamps on Mother's Day from
Yeah.
the stuff that Amy brought with her.
But the handles are so good.
The handles are
right?
great.
They just make them so much
No,
easier.
it's so cool. Like now I'm gonna be like thinking about it and like let's
Just give
like.
the woman some paper because she's gonna mark on everything.
Mhm.
We're gonna be like, why are there bird prints on the walls?
So I didn't remember. I forgot to bring them with me. But both of you, I will give you locking pin backs for these
Yeah.
so that you can put
this would
them.
have been good with gold too as the paint.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
That's what I did. Where'd it go?
These are
Well, gold
super
is the paint.
cool.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. You have like full choice over how it's made completely,
Hey,
like
Nerdy
all the
Will.
colors and all of that.
Well, you can say
Hi,
we had a
everybody.
great night, Nerdy
Hey,
Will.
I
Will.
made stamps with handles and everything. I'm really
Show
proud of
them
these handles.
let's go.
Yeah,
up
close
right
cam and
to
show stuff
the-
up.
And show off the stuff that we made tonight because we all had successes tonight.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
So we have
I will load this up.
stampies. We need paper.
I made the handles too.
Yeah, we need to show off your paper though, so we can stamp your
What
stampers.
is- Oh, here it is.
So we have
Some handcrafted
bear
stamps,
paw
right?
stamps, and then she carved the handle too. And so cool bear paw stamp. Is this a bear paw? That's what I'm
Oh, yeah,
calling
it's
it.
bear
It looks
paw.
like a bear paw. And then this is like a bird foot stamp. And then she was clever, carved the design in the top of this one. So yeah, amazing. And then I did some resin pins because I got a mold for UV resin to make these pins. And Jax, I recommend
was the work.
going back to Big
The
Cam
big cam.
so we can show off Jax's cool
This is
thing.
what I finally got done. Let's see if I can get it oriented correctly again.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
there we go. Oh, it went the wrong way.
Oh, ah!
That is so much fun.
Yay!
Kids are shooting mean customers. Like, hey.
I could. So I've got a proximity sensor at home. I could add that to it. So if somebody went by it, it just shot them. Like,
I
we could
love
do
that. I'm into it.
Girls,
This
a
is just
hostile
the beginning.
environment.
Yes. I
I'm
stay
like,
out of my office. Choo, choo,
oh,
choo, choo, choo.
Did you make the joke that since this doesn't have a price code
Oh
on it,
my
it's free?
God, it's
Shoot you in the face.
Oh man, can we use the crossbows for that? Just kidding.
Oh
We
my
won't.
God,
That's
so
so
aggro.
dangerous.
They pick up the crossbow and they joke about shooting it. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
That's
I've
funny.
never heard that before.
How about this?
Take a look at this baseball bat. Work in retail. It makes
Yay!
so much sense.
this was a good night.
Fantastic wins. The
Yeah.
stamps I think are really cool.
The
And
stamps are
whittling of the
really
handles.
cool.
And then I love these pin backs. I think that's a thing that we could do for stuff. I think it could be part of the Patreon.
I'd be
support,
happy.
like,
Yeah, I would love that. I would definitely.
I'll make you a badly carved, badly made, custom-made stamp.
I know. I was planning on talking with Kamiko about doing some stickers because she and I have talked about doing art together.
Yeah.
And I think her doing something entirely herself because she's like got such a good vision.
Yeah.
And then she said she'd do color work for my lines because I like doing lines.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
my color work takes forever. I'm just not. I
It's
can
all
do
good.
it, but it'll take a year, right?
Yeah.
So, and maybe it's not my happy place, right? Like
yeah,
the
we'll
color work.
together.
Yeah, that's exactly
'Cause
it. I
I'm
love
like,
that.
Do you want to do one of these where we embed just the LEDs what's in here, and then I could put the
A
small
switch on the
battery
back.
electronics
Oh,
on
that'd
the
be
back,
cool. We could
right?
do something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
We could do like
I think the ADHD library could become a thing now.
mhm.
I think we have enough kits and enough like simple kits
Mhm.
that we could put together. If you're Patreon at like what $50, you get to check in and out as much as you want to from the library and just pay for materials.
Yeah, you'd have to pay for materials because that can get really crazy. But we would, my
we
thought.
have some base materials in it. You can
Yeah,
use
no, of
those.
course.
If you want more, you have to
Yeah, and like my idea was kind of like to do the shoe boxes, but I would want like something that has like the locking lid,
Yeah,
right, to make
yeah.
sure that it stays. Yes,
Little bird.
little bird, been crawling all over me.
That's awesome.
But yeah, and then having just the list inside the lid so you
Yeah.
know what to put back,
Yeah.
and maybe a little, some links to videos
Yeah.
or instructions to help you get started. I've been really thinking on it, and it's just now down to putting the kits
Lexi
to
can't be
actually
trusted.
getting the things
Don't
to put them
smear that,
together,
like-
you know? That's great. I love it.
Yeah, so look, we've been talking about doing a chaos library for a little while where you can check out the equipment needed to do some of our projects.
But we want to know what you want the kits, what you are interested in doing first.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want the first kits to be? Because if we make them, we want them to be stuff you actually want to try so that they get used.
Yeah.
So do you want to try UV resin? Do you want to try metal stamping? Do you want to try some needle felting or
Yeah.
some electronics? Because we can put together some kits,
Yeah, I can put
That,
together easy.
you know,
light up a project kit.
add a lights to any terrain project that you're working on kind of kit.
Man, I'm so glad I got this to work. 'Cause I
I'm
was
so
frustrated,
glad.
like not being able to get it to work.
Right, it was like really disappointing and like frustrating
Yeah.
to like think, oh man, am I really this much of a
Right, can I not
dingus?
follow directions?
Yeah, like I swear I'm smart.
Well, this was awesome. It was a good show tonight.
It was
Yeah,
great. Like, I had
we
a
got
really
little
good
quiet
time.
'cause we were all like
We're all, like,
engaged.
Oh my gosh. And now I'm covered in ink. So
Honestly,
Covered
yeah.
in ink.
Feedback
in
from
more ways than one. Tattoos, baby. And no.
you're so dumb. Feedback from viewers though on that too. Like, do
Yeah,
you
feedback
if
for viewers would be great.
if you don't mind when we get a little quiet when we're working on something, that's cool. Like, let us know what you like. Do you want the more close cam? Do you want more of our faces?
Yeah,
Stuff like that. Tell us what you like, and we'll try and do more of it.
I want to build this now where it just detects pink hair
Oh,
shoots
just
people
only
with pink
shoots
hair.
people with pink hair.
Targeted at me, but
that
yeah.
clearly don't like Gen X people.
Yeah, you know how I hate
Those
those
Gen X
Xers.
haters, yeah, they just don't love the punks.
Right, right. Just not.
So anti-punk.
That's true. Oh my god, fun
Oh, I
fact.
thought this was the cap.
Actually, fun fact about
Yeah, I was looking for the. Oh,
my pink hair. I actually
There
did
you
it on
go.
my
There's-
friend who had me
no,
shave
that's
a
my
mohawk
cap.
into his head.
He what?
My friend did this and he had me shave a mohawk into his head.
Oh, that's cool.
And it looked pretty good. Like, I was like, okay,
Was
I'm
Damien?
a barber now. No, it was
Oh.
my friend Ryan. Oh, Will's
Okay.
older brother.
oh, okay.
I've been joking with Scott that since our cat has had his sides shaved twice now so that they can do special things to cats with bad hearts, that we
Mhm.
should start just carving stuff in his hair on us.
Aww, little dude.
But we decided he can't get a lightning bolt because he's just not a big J.K. Rowling.
That's so funny.
All right, y'all.
Based
Yeah.
cannon.
We had a good time. We hope you had a good time. We'll be back next week. It'll be awesome. Next week is my last week of being 53. So come join us Tuesday night where you can see if I make it to 54.
Hey, by the way,
We're gonna assassinate Jax. All right, goodbye, guys.
come back, do birthday things with Jax. We're gonna do it.
Yay! Where's the new control at? Okay, there.